Hello, it's Jen Bengal here from Out of This World Literacy. Today I want to talk about the difference between the old school traditional spelling programs and the differentiated spelling approach. So many teachers I've taught to have told me that the old way of teaching spelling just doesn't cut it for them, and they wish that there was a different way to meet all of their spellers' needs. Well, what if I told you that there was? In the next episode, I'm going to give some details on the logistics of differentiated spelling, but today I want to just take a minute and compare traditional and differentiated spelling programs. Here we go. In a traditional spelling program, every student gets the same list of words on Monday. It doesn't matter if that student has all of those words spelled correctly on Monday and they're already going to ace the test for Friday, or if they will never do well on Friday at all. They still get that same list of words. While in a differentiated spelling program, every student's list is unique to his or her own ability levels as a speller. Number two, the difference is in traditional spelling, words are pre-generated from a curriculum. Oftentimes, the teacher has all the words for the entire year already ready to go in September. They come kind of in a boxed set. It doesn't matter what the students can do or not do. They're just all ready to go. Where in differentiated spelling, the words are actually generated by the students and through their writing. So they're really, really personalized to the student's abilities each week. In traditional spelling, the focus is on basic thinking, oral recall, and rote memorization mostly, where in differentiated spelling, the focus is on word strategies, solving words, understanding word parts, and strategies for words. In traditional spelling, the words are always isolated to that list of 20 words. The learning just really occurs in those 20 words and memorizing mostly. Where with differentiated spelling, the learning of those word patterns can be made in connections to other words. So they're not just thinking about the words that are on their list that week, they're thinking about what other words have the IGH pattern in it. And in traditional spelling, words are not in context of reading or writing. They're just on a list. So there's not a lot of deep meaning. But in differentiated spelling, words are often used in context. So there's a lot of high-level thinking going on. Students are practicing those high-level skills like analyzing, predicting, and connecting. In traditional spelling, the words are often isolated to just 1 week. So not only are they isolated to just that list of words, but it's just for 1 week. Friday, you take your test, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. You get a new list on Monday. You never think about those words again. But in differentiated spelling, the learning builds from week after week, and it lasts all year long. In traditional spelling, students study the words to take the test, and then they learn for the test, and they're done. In differentiated spelling, they study the words to spell correctly, and they learn for life. So they're not just learning for a test, they're learning for life. In traditional spelling, the spelling is often boring. It's very passive. Let's be honest, it's boring. The teacher's bored, the kids are bored. But in differentiated spelling, the learning is fun because the students are actively involved and taking a role in the learning. And last but not least, in traditional spelling, you're really just memorizing spelling rules. Like when there's an E at the end, it makes the vowel say its name, right? All the rules. But in differentiated spelling, you're discovering patterns and you're really actively involved. So the big idea is when you use a traditional spelling program, you're teaching to the textbook. You're teaching whatever that textbook says for the entire year, and you're not really taking into consideration the students' needs. But when you use a differentiated spelling program, you are teaching to your students. You're finding out their abilities, and then you're meeting them right there to teach them instructionally so that they make the most gains as spellers throughout the year in your class. I hope these comparisons have helped you see that there is a need for a differentiated spelling approach for our students to reach their highest potentials. In episode 59, I'll share with you how I manage for every student to have their own spelling words each week and differentiate. If you'd like to check out an interactive spelling program for grades 2 through 5, you can visit jenbengalspelling.com. It's been my pleasure chatting with you today. Know that I'm the biggest fan of the work that you and your students are doing in the classroom. If you'd like more teaching tips, you can check out outofthisworldliteracy.com. Until next time, you've got this.